Ah.
Remembers? Yes, right. Oh, lovely. This Swedish rye. Yes. Fresh, leafy. Oh, love that. When the swallows come back to Capistrano, that's when I'll come back to you. Oh, is it one snappy tomato? Oh, no. That was a good campaign. And the swallows come back to Capistrano. That's when I'll come back to you. You've got plenty of room for mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. He's a low-down horse thief, and we're gonna hang him.
Yeah. You're muted.
Me?
No. Hex, you're muted.
Ah, yes, no frills. No frills. Welcome, everybody. This is the Rex Hex and Apex stream.
How you guys doing?
Again.
Good.
Hey.
Happy Saturday.
Yes, happy Saturday with our very special guest, John Bua. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes. Very special guest. It makes me sound like something bad. Something bad's about to happen. And we all learned the lesson.
That's good. It's good.
Looks like you're growing a blue beard.
Yes, cool.
Blue neck beard there.
Yeah. I broke my neck 2 weeks ago, and I got to live in this neck brace for a couple of weeks. Going to the doctor next week for all the MRIs and CAT scans to see if it's healing properly.
Oh my God!
If it's healing properly, then another 5 weeks. If it's not healing properly, then it's surgery. So we'll see. So wearing the neck brace is the best outcome. I had to shave my beard because with this, it was just pushing up all the hair in my face. It was just so uncomfortable. I couldn't deal with it. So
yeah, you didn't want to look like a furry. Well,
it's not that. It's just that you can't with beard. You know, my beard was long, so if
it was. Yeah,
I couldn't tuck it down because then when you moved, it was
it stretches. It hurts. Oh, yeah.
So, every couple of years you should shave your beard off anyway, give your skin a chance to breathe. So there you go.
Agreed.
2 birds, 1 stone.
There you go.
I think you guys should all grow big old freaking ZZ Top beards.
I tend to do this if I get a beard. I do this all the time. I didn't want to do that. I'm like, shave it. Shave it.
Well, you would look freaking cool. You would look like the important wizard or something with a
wizard
with that dome head and a big old beard, man.
I'm Apex Wizard. Look at my beard, guys.
I've never been able to properly grow a beard. It's funny. Are you guys familiar with 80s Made Consumer?
No.
He's a YouTuber. He's kind of taking a break from the YouTubing. He's just got back from Japan. But he said a funny thing a couple of years ago. He's got this big, dense beard, and he says, if you don't have a beard, you're not a man. Simple as that.
I got a beard. It's just inside my skin right now.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'm just a man child then.
I was watching. I don't know if you're familiar with Pops. He does the madness.
Oh yeah.
And he rebroadcast some of my stuff, and it came up live. So I was like, let's see what Pops is doing. And it was me from like almost a year and a half ago. And I was like, oh my God, I look like a madman. Because I had to get photographed and fingerprinted for security clearance for work. So I cleaned myself up. You know what I mean? So before that, I was working on a bridge. Who gave a crap how I looked? You know what I mean? I was just on this bridge all. And I grew a big old beard because it was winter time, and so now I see myself like a beard, but it was all kept. You know, I was like, oh my God, look at that maniac. No wonder nobody talked to me back then.
He's a rough
got lots of change.
Yeah. So
it
and
looks
now,
like
now
you like look like Mr. Natural. You know that Robert Crumb.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Natural.
Oh yeah.
I think I've got the first issue of that.
Oh yeah.
I think he had a longer beard than John's. I'm just saying.
I think, was it Mr. Natural's beard like his clothes? Wasn't his beard so long?
He had a robe on, and then he had.
He did have a robe.
It was all the way down to his feet. It was kind of like Yellow Kid aged out. You know?
There's an old comic book reference there, comics reference. The Yellow Kid. Yeah. What was that, like 1910?
No, late 1800s.
1896.
Yeah, the Yellow Kid, I think, is like recognized as one of the original comic strips, right?
Yes,
absolutely. That and Little Nemo, which is about 1905.
I love Little Nemo. I've been buying the oversized hardcover collection of Little Nemo.
I was a member of Cartoonist Northwest back in the 90s. I was in Seattle at the time. We celebrated the Yellow Kid's 100th anniversary at a restaurant, and it was a good celebration.
What year?
1996. And it came out in 1896. Well, I was there. I
wasn't there, but I remember talking about the 100th anniversary. I was in Albuquerque at the time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
And then they called it the Yellow Kid because it was printed on yellowing paper.
Yeah, it was printed in William Randolph Hearst's paper, if I remember, and that was where the term yellow journalism came from.
Right.
He was quoted as saying, "You manufacture the pictures, I'll manufacture the war for the
right."
Yeah, quick history lesson, kids, on a Saturday morning.
Movie more than loosely based. Citizen Kane, considered the greatest movie of all time, #1 on the 100 top movie list. I think Star Wars is 14.
Wow.
Citizen Kane is an awesome movie.
It is good.
Did you ever read The Escapist? And I can't the author is
yes, I have some Escapist comics.
Yeah, they made comics, but the novel The Escapist, and it's driving me nuts that I can't remember. But he talks about Citizen Kane. Like the two characters in that book are loosely Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, you know, and then mixed in with other people, like a little bit of Will Eisner thrown in there. It's a great comic book novel to read. But one of the things they talk about is the characters, and it's going to drive me nuts that I can't remember the characters' names. Cavalier and Clay, they went and saw Citizen Kane, and they were like, "This is a comic book movie. This is the first comic book book. Like it uses comic book panels, and it was just an eye opener." So I had to watch Citizen Kane after reading that book. Highly recommend that book if you're a comic book fan. I'm sure Rex did. Rex is like me, an old fart comic book fan.
So
I say that is older.
We're an old loving fart, you know, a fart that smells
good. So that came out what, 1941?
I don't remember the exact year that
I don't remember.
It's about that time.
I love the comic books, The Escapist. You know, Frank Miller did like a 99-cent cover done for it. It wasn't that great, but. And then there were some others that were square bounds and even changing the format was smaller. I've got a smaller Escapist. I did not realize the rich history of the Escapist. It's kind of like a name like The Prisoner. You remember The Prisoner back in the 60s?
I love The Prisoner. Yes. I just realized the name of the novel is called The Adventures of Cavalier and Clay.
Yes.
What's the name of the novel?
Michael, what's his name? The author.
I can't remember the author, but it's one of my favorite books, to the point when I was dating my wife, we went through that. Let's trade books. And I traded that book with her, and she loved it. She's not even a comic book person.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you probably have access to some great bookstores there, older bookstores. I don't know what kind of content they're able to get and carry today, but back in the day, they probably had some old volumes, different things of anything you wanted.
The best neighborhood for bookstores was when I lived in Albuquerque. In 1993, I moved to Albuquerque, and then in 2000, I moved back to New York. But I went to University of New Mexico, and I just loved walking around the college area, the university area, you know, UNM. and they had so many used bookstores. Now I don't know if they're still there because they would pop up last a couple of years. But I remember going into this beautiful bookstore. Like it is like the bookstore that you imagine in heaven. You know, it's just wooden shelves, this beautiful hippie woman. She was like 40 years old, but she had this beautiful sundress and long curly hair, you know, and the place smelled fragrant and she played hippie music. It was exactly what you want. And I was just looking, I used to just peruse the book and I found a copy of To Kill a Mockingbird, a hardcover. And I pulled it off the shelf. And I was able, and as I opened it, I heard it cracking. You know what I mean? Like it had, and I saw first print, 50 cents. I was like, oh my God.
What?
So I went up and I bought the book. She's like, oh, that's such a serendipitous thing. You know, and then I had to go to another store and actually find like a $3 copy of paperback so I could read it. Because, you know, so I still have this uncracked first printing, you know. I love bookstores.
I like your Dungeons and Dragons. That takes me back.
I like your background. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's actually Stranger Things. It's Darkness and Demogorgons.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right.
Did you make that up? Or?
I saw the shirt that, you know, these T Furies, an ad, you know, I'm a sucker. These ads show up on Facebook, and the next thing you know, I'm spending $10 for a T-shirt. Like yesterday, I had a shirt. It was there's the Fantastic Four, but it was the Germs, the punk rock band, the Germs.
Okay.
So I was like, oh my God, punk rock and Fantastic Four. I had
nice.
Like, I'm probably the only person in the world who bought that shirt.
You know, for old readers, nerds like us, it's all about the books, what they have the content. Now it seems like they combine the coffee houses with books, and you know they're all new, and there's nothing you can, you know, discover that's old and just by smell alone, you know, and but there's something about you know, the old bookstores that, I mean, which you don't make $1 million with an old bookstore. You just don't. But when you find a really good one, you really appreciate it as a reader. Do you drink coffee, John? Are you a coffee drinker?
I'm drinking coffee as we speak.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
There you go.
Serious gourmet shit.
Who's this?
Oh, is this creep?
What the heck is that?
I don't know, but that's kind of creepy.
I shouldn't just leave the.
Is that a fan of yours or what?
Yeah, this is my doppelganger. I just want to quickly show you guys what I picked up over the last couple of weeks. It's I don't think I got a chance to show my haul on the last Rex, Hex, and Apex.
Is that like a child alien nation type character? Because he's got the spotting on his side of his head.
Oh, that's from some Jodorowsky book. What was it? Not the Meta Barons, but the Meta
Barons was
Techno Priest. Techno Priest.
That's a good one.
Techno Priest. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so yeah, I picked this up
We
when
might be
it was
able
on
to see
sale.
that if you go full screen.
Full screen. Full screen on that. Let's see.
Oh, you got a Cyberfrog.
Oh, Cyberfrog 1993.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at that.
I picked this up in a sale recently.
Cool.
Because I never got that. And this is from my LCS, Spider-Man Reign 2. Interesting stuff.
I like that cover.
That's a real looking Spider-Man. Wow.
Yeah, Spider-Man is like really old in this.
Some kind of creature's hand around his throat, or is this his costume?
That's his beard. This is actually John Bull cosplaying as Spider-Man.
Today's theme is beards.
Yeah.
I think Spider-Man would get a lot of web stuck in his beard. I don't know.
You would think, yeah. And maybe a few spiders.
It's like
I got a spider in my drink the other day.
Oh, no.
What?
I'm sitting here in the computer. You pick my drink up, and there's this green spider in my drink.
The green spider.
I've been running into webbing.
Oh yeah. So here's the Kingpin in this book. This is an alternate dimension story.
Oh, that's
John,
cool.
do you like comics like this that are slick stock?
Me? I got nothing against them. I got nothing against them. I mean, I like the old flat, newsprint comics. That's my favorite.
Me too.
Yeah, when it comes to color, the saturation's different.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love
think
newsprint.
when they take old comics and recolor them for an omnibus, it just doesn't look right.
No,
it needs to be matte finish or newsprint, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn the exact terms because I'm making my own comic now, and I realized that when I originally asked for colors, I think I didn't understand exactly what I was asking for, and when the guy gave me exactly what I asked for, it didn't look right. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Oh, Elric the Necromancer, man, I love Elric.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I read the novels when I was like 19.
Man, those original 6 Elric novels are just to me. That's another.
I binged those.
Matte finish is the way to go.
I love the original Ronin so much that I haven't bought this. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yeah. It took me a long time to get to say, maybe I should check this out. So I finally got this.
It's Frank Miller.
It's okay. I mean, the thing is, like, Frank Miller does the layouts, but there's another artist who does all the rest of the artwork. And the only thing I don't like is, like, they've got these anime big eye, almost anime or manga eyes,
Is it Billy Tan?
It's kind of hard to get used to.
It's Billy Tan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Fanta. Lemon pie, Handy Gods.
It's hard to get used to. Yeah. Hey, Lemon Pie. Hey, Fanta. Good.
Little classic Steve Rude Nexus, huh?
Hi, Phantasmagorical. I always got a shout out. Phantasmagorical made me a trailer for my comic. I didn't even ask
Steve Rude.
And she made it.
Oh, yeah.
She's awesome.
She does that for everybody.
Yeah. You got Steve Rude Throne World. Okay, cool.
Steve Rude is awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
Steve Rude is just
We've had
awesome artwork. To me, Steve Rude is like the standard of what comic book art should be. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
It's very cinematographic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fluid. I
gotta say, G.I. Joe is a big hole in my collection.
Me too.
Really?
As a kid, I always liked superheroes. Comic books were for superheroes. So I did, and I was too old. I kind of missed G.I. Joe. I missed Thundercats and He-Man and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I only read my first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic a couple of months ago. Tonic Bowl was like bolted that I never read one. He was like, "What are you, crazy?" So and of course I have to start from the beginning. So I got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 5th printing, #1.
Nice.
I couldn't afford the first printing.
Yeah.
Well, that's going up in price though. It's a good investment.
But the funny story behind these GI Joes, I was never really into GI Joe either. But the thing is, there's a house in my neighborhood that has one of those, sidewalk libraries where you take a book, you leave a book or whatever.
Yeah.
And one day I was walking my dog, and there's a stack of these comics there.
Wow.
So I thought, and they're written by Chuck Dixon.
Oh, of course. Hell yeah.
Our man Chuck. Yeah. And they're not bad. Yeah, not bad. But
I like his stuff.
Yeah.
Storm
like,
Shadow.
Oh no, now do I have to get into G.I. Joe?
Yeah, I got a few G.I.
Shout
Joes.
out to Luke Aguilera, whose birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Death Metal Hero.
Death Metal Hero. There you go.
I mean, these just don't prop when it comes to coloring, the digital coloring, like Bronze Age books. I like the covers, I like the graphics, but I've got to wonder if we went old school with some of the stuff, how much.
Yeah, I was talking with a couple of colorists and artists, trying to make my comic, and a lot of the consensus is they have infinite colors to choose from, so they kind of just make it more unnecessarily complicated than it needs to be. Like kind of like the limited palette of older days forced people to be a little bit more creative.
Yeah,
Now you could go over mistakes. You could go
like Marie Severin. She actually took the old system, when she worked in the early 50s.
Hello,
Pops. And expounded, on the coloring palette when she worked for Gaines,
and now for the piece de la resistance.
There you go. Kind of godlike out there, really.
I read both of them, and in my opinion, I like the supplemental better.
Yeah, me too. Supplemental. all the way.
Well, the last time I voiced my opinion about Godlike IO was from Orbit. So,
yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there. But yeah, that's what I've.
I will say I like the art. Rob Allen is a great artist.
Great artist.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
John, what do you think about, this has been a few years ago now, but Action Comics number 1000?
I didn't get
and
it.
All the variants they had, they had like a 1940s variant, 50s, 60s, and different artists did them. Like, I remember the one I liked was Cho's 1940s.
Yeah. I didn't get it. I stopped getting Marvel and DC in 2015 and I never went back.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, what
10 years of
is the numbering, Spider-Man 7.5. Who gives a damn? With that said, the very first Devil Flyer was not from my company. I mean, the Devil Flyer on a cover, I actually paid to have him and another character put on the cover, and it's a 1.5 or something like that issue, but I had nothing to do with that. But that's probably the only issue that my character will be in, like a 1 point something. I 0 issues are fine with me, but when you stop the first series of Action Comics #1, which makes no sense to me,
right?
Start a new series, but you keep counting, and then you celebrate a 1000th issue.
That cheap.
Just slaps the taste out. I think Detective Comics is the only one that's actually been continuously running. Adventure Comics ran up to 1983, and then they stopped it after 502 issues, which made no sense to me. It was an anthology. It could have been anything. And I remember when they rebranded the Avengers and made the new Avengers, they put their most popular characters on it, and a great artist by the name of, you might have heard of him, David Finch. And it was popular. It was, outselling X-Men, so that helped rebrand along with the movies, the Avengers brand. With an anthology, you can do anything. Just put the most popular stuff.
I'm not a fan of restarting the numbers. Not
either.
Yeah, that happens way too much.
I mean, I wouldn't have got it anyway, but it's not the 1000th issue. That series is done.
Exactly.
And I've been cataloging. I scanned everything. I put everything in a database of my collection, and I'm up to I passed Captain America. I can't make heads or tails of Captain America. It's series 1, series 2, series 3. There's 8 different volumes. But then series 5 continues the numbering from the first series. But then series 6 goes back to number 1. But then series 7 goes back to the. Guys, you're killing yourselves. You gotta make you gotta make it as easy as possible for newbies to get involved.
Yeah, and having a a big event and crossover every 2 minutes doesn't help either. And then you get the crossover and go, this has very little to do with the main story.
Right. Yeah.
It's just a tie-in.
I don't know. Just. Once you end the numbering and restart, that's done. Commit to the bit.
Yeah.
At the
I like that. Commit to the bit.
Exactly.
With the
look who's here. It's Dave Brink. Hello, Dave.
Dave Brink, Genuine Comics. Hello.
Hi.
Good to see you.
I like the new hat, Dave.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one with the patchwork on.
Well, there you go, sir.
Yeah,
and I don't think I've had you on my streams as long as my channel. Have I? As long as we've known each other.
Really?
That's a shame. When I get back to my one-on-one chats where I do fan art of the guest character, I'll have to have you on probably first.
Well, better late than never. By the way, to tackle that problem with a series constantly rebooting or renumbering, why not to give every arc their own title, like to do right now, and then just number the arcs, right? But
like they do with
title X-Men plus the subtitle, you can see it on the cover, and then 1 to 6, and then you start again with number 1. So you don't lose potential new readers either. When you have number 306, people are less likely to jump in, right?
Right. Hellboy does it. Gru the Wanderer does it. Nobody's confused.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah,
If you want to start over with the number one to get people to jump in, there's a way to do it. I was also thinking like Fantastic Four. I got every Fantastic Four comic. You know what I mean? From one, I'm only missing issue number 2, so I got them all. And then they stopped at like 414, and you started again. How about you just keep the numbering 414 with like a line, like almost like a fraction, so we could, you know what I mean? Keep because let's face it, comic book fans are compulsive. We're obsessive. We're weirdos. You know what I mean? We like continuity. So, but I also understand you want to do something else. So I don't know. Like they tried a little bit for a legacy number, but it's too late. You already broke it. You didn't continue that number stream. You know?
Yeah, it's true.
Drives me nuts.
So no, it does me too. That's why I brought it up.
Are you going to just start with issue number 1 for your next campaign? Start all over again?
Sorry, for what?
For Perfect 10? Are you going to just start?
The next one is just issue 6 because that makes sense. And then for the next arc, maybe we'll do. We're just at issue 5, so 6, 7. People can keep up till issue 12, maybe, and after that we'll see. I don't know.
Oh, by the way, in case people aren't 100% sure, I love Perfect 10. It's my favorite comics. I can't wait for it. It's
fantastic.
Until my comic comes out, it's my favorite superhero universe.
It's a wonderful universe.
Dave, a European is doing American comics better than most Americans.
What's kind of the time schedule for your book, John? Yeah. When will we have this beefy boy in our hands?
Okay, I'm a little ahead of schedule. I didn't start my campaign until I was about 85% done. I had that luxury because I have a day job, you know. So Renzo is doing my art. Renzo is done. He's actually working on page 7 of issue 2 right now.
Wow.
Okay. But he asked if he could do fast corrections with other people. I said, go ahead. We're ahead of schedule. We would have been done, but my colorist, who's also Dave's colorist, his father had a open heart surgery, and that took his time away. You know, he had to go travel to be with his dad. So that put us, but I was still ahead. So we got 5 more pages to color. Then once we color, I got Bill Williams waiting in the wings to letter it, and then pre-press, and then printing. So I'm hoping to start shipping this in the fall, like I promised.
Okay.
You know, I'm not given a specific day because that leads to madness and problems and
exactly.
But a fall delivery, and then probably after the election, I'll start doing the campaign for issue number 2.
What was your original launch date, John? What day did you launch on? I forget.
I forget the original launch date. If you scroll up, it'll tell you how many days. I forget.
You remember the month?
So in 3 months.
Okay. April
3 months ago we started. And I forget, it was a Friday. I launched on Michael Bancroft's channel. He was really cool. Mike is such a good friend to us indie guys.
Yeah, great guy. Wow, that's a long time ago. I didn't realize how long ago you launched it.
3 months. And then I'm doing a Kickstarter campaign with another cover. But if you scroll down here, I'll tell you, $10. I'm doing $10 for a complete story. This is a complete story. You know, I'm not making you wait because, you know, I think it's a big ask to make people wait 6 months, 9 months for those. You know, it kills the enthusiasm. So my way of dealing with that is you're going to get a complete story.
Shadowhawk.
22 pages.
Shadowhawk.
Debut of the Patriarch, and then 8 pages Unheroic Tales, which is going to be the origin of a major villain who you know who will play more prominent roles in issues to come. That's the way I'm going to do my comic from now on. Complete stories, each issue, just like when you bought Spider-Man off the rack when you were a little kid. You got a full comic, you got a full story. If I could make it faster, maybe I'll do arcs and stuff like that. But as of right now, if I got a longer story to tell, I'll make a bigger comic.
Very nice Pat Broderick cover there.
Oh yeah, let's go look at that. Let's go.
And you don't have a video, John?
I have the video. It's on the Kickstarter.
Okay.
Tesma Girl made it, but I had already launched.
Wow.
And
that's amazing.
That's amazing. Nice.
The level of success without a video here. That's amazing. But you do have a video somewhere.
Yes,
Right.
I got to thank that before I go for that. Hey, scroll down. I want to talk about. So, this is the cover. This is the A cover. This is the normal cover. This is Renzo Rodriguez. Renzo is phenomenal. And this is the colors by De La Silva Rodriguez. You know,
and he's also doing work for with Bancroft, isn't he?
I don't know about that, but he's
or am I thinking of somebody else?
Renzo is doing work with RJ for the Fourth Age and Aaron Sparrow. And my colorist is also doing work with Dave Brink. You know, I asked Dave if he would be okay if I asked for Dave. So scroll down. I'll show you the varied cover. This is one of my longtime favorite comic book artists of all time, Pat Broderick.
What do you like of his stuff? Do you like his Captain Atom run? Is there a particular run that you really like with Pat Broderick?
I fell in love with his artwork in Captain Marvel back in the early 70s.
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
You know, and then he went into Marvel Spotlight. I was hooked since then.
Yeah.
And then later on he went into Captain Atom and he did Firestorm, then Captain Atom, and before that Lords of the Ultra Realm. This is a guy that does it all. I really love Pat Broderick's artwork, and now he's doing Bronze Star with Mike Barrett. Guy's still working.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's even better than ever. You know,
he's with Bill Black in the past too. It's early 80s.
He's done a couple of. Matter of fact, I was just reading those comics a couple of days ago, and then this is the back cover. You know, I wanted you only get one chance to make your first comic, and no offense to the printers, they usually just put an ad for themselves on the back. So I said, let me put an image, and I was daydreaming, and I thought of this, and then Renzo drew it, and then and Daniel colored it.
Isn't that great? You can have something, visualize it, and say, "This is what I want," and give it to an artist, and have it physically, you know.
I know this is literally what I pictured in my head, and like I took a picture of myself posing. And I sent it to Renzo, and he not that I look like the patriarch, but just for
wow, yeah, I was like, you got some great abs, man.
You know, but this is what the patriarch is doing it all for. This is his family. That's his wife, his 7 children. That's his home. You know, he's a farmer.
He's got a baby.
Oh yeah, that does look like you with a hair system.
Yeah,
it does.
I wish. You know, people say, "Is that self-insert?" And I say, "I wish that was myself." The joke is, where do you see issue 3? My self-insert will be Augie Carmichael. Where do you see that character? But this is what he's doing. He's a farmer. He homesteads. He homeschools. You know, there's supervillains out there looking for him. He got his powers in public. So
are you looking to do one book per year, John?
Well, I'm already starting issue 2, so I'm trying to do maybe 2 a year. I don't know what I could, and I also have a side project that I started working on. So, that's in the infancy stages. So I don't know, but like Renzo can only do
side project.
Renzo, and I'm only doing Heroic Tales with Renzo. So Renzo, I don't want to, work him to death. So I got a side project with Moreno in Tonic Bowl, so we could do that concurrently. I also only want to have one campaign going at a time because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of mental stress. And
yes, it is.
Track of. So we'll see. Maybe, who knows? Plus, maybe nobody wants issue number 2 and I'm done. You know what I mean? So I got to take every baby steps.
Yeah. You got to take consideration.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
although indicators seem like you have a very successful first campaign.
Yes, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I'm a nobody. I'm just an enthusiastic comic fan. I'm issue number 2. Like I called the comic Heroic Tales because originally it was going to be every issue was going to feature a different character, and then all those characters were going to form a team. But I realized people like the patriarch. I like the patriarch. I think he's an important character. So
no,
so he's the flagship.
This is his homestead right here. We're looking at, and is that his entire family?
Yeah, that's his wife with the hat down there.
What happened to her? She's got burns, like a severe burns.
Like I said, there's a reason why the family's off the grid.
Yeah.
You know, so you know,
she got electrocuted or something.
I'm not telling. That's for you to read and
Buy
find
my
out.
book.
So,
Buy my book. Buy
So-
my book.
I'm curious. I'm very curious about the villains. Are they blue-haired land whales that hate patriarchy? Is that the villains?
It's funny that you said that, because originally I was thinking the patriarch, like, but a character made out of spite and parody doesn't have any lasting connections. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
yeah, sure.
he's supposed to be timeless, and it's supposed to be like, you know, like around with Spider-Man and Superman and Batman. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm not going to do like pop culture references, the comic, you know, I'm not Peter David. I'm like, I know 90s comics are the rage right now, but I'm trying to do 80s comics, you know, so
I'm doing 70s.
That's my era.
Yeah, but look at this beautiful art. You know, this was the first. This is boss. I'm excited. I'm talking too much, but voice at Diversity Comics has said, "Don't people rob banks and comics anymore?" So the first page, bank robbery, and then you know, even this image is throwing out Easter eggs of future story. You know, story points. I love the idea. Something about superheroes and Art Deco goes so well together. So.
You come down south. John speaks more in one interview than some people I know in a whole week.
Yeah, thank you for doing the heavy lifting, John.
He's got the northern, I'm off to the races.
Yeah.
To the point, sometimes, like Dave says, he doesn't like to talk. He'll come on my channel, say hello, and I'll talk. I'll sell Dave's comics.
There you go.
Yeah, Dave's got exciting stuff
Dave
going on with his
everything
Perfect 10 and other books right now.
By the way, I do like this design. It's very simple, and it's very difficult nowadays to come up with something that it's like this Superman allegory. That's kind of fresh, right? But I think they did it here, right?
I thought the purple cape is awesome.
What do you like most about it, Dave?
Tell me more about my
It's the color choice, plus the symbol. You need to have a symbol for this iconic character,
trim.
right?
Right.
So this works, and the beard is giving it something extra. Distinguished gentleman.
You know, just the look of him in the face reminds me of Count Nefario.
Yes.
A villain.
Oh, it does a little bit. He's like the good side.
And he has that, like an upshot like this. He has that, and the cape and everything. He has that grandiose, larger than life. Look, he's basically standing there in the air.
Right.
But it looks very, majestic.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I like Dave is he gets character design, superhero comic book character design to the point
he's got some
every
great
time Dave releases another comic, I got to get rid of one of my characters because it's got the same basic looks.
I feel so guilty.
I think we have the same similar philosophy for superheroes. Like I think a superhero costume has to be simple and elegant. As much as I love, they're drawing Captain America these days and they're drawing the lace on the boots and the treads on the boots. I like the old Buccaneer red boots. You know what I mean? Jack Kirby drew 7 comics a month, so he had to do fast, as few lines as possible. I was just talking this morning with Brian Bow. I do like Jim Lee's art, but it's unnecessarily complicated sometimes.
It's more like a draftsman,
right?
Not less of a cartoonist.
Well, the thing that I say is start off with a simple design, and then if you want to sort of morph the character over time and make him more complex, you can, but you start with the basic, simple design, and then go.
Oh, John, I remember hearing you speak about the colors of the purple, how they represented.
Right. I was getting
the Roman. And I also wanted to ask about this guy in the background. This the statue in the background.
Yeah, I'll talk about whatever you want, man. I'm not too shy. I'll talk about everything. but like Dave was saying, there's few lines as possible. The superhero name has to be a focus of the superhero for a superhero. Monster comics are different. They have different rules. But for a superhero, the name has to be a focus. The patriarch, fatherhood, male. So I wanted everything to flow from that. and then the costume is simple and elegant, and then the symbol. How does that connect to the name? You know, the patriarch is a Greek Roman name, so I had a Greek Roman symbol of the laurel wreath, and then purple is the color of the Roman emperors, and then gold, and then white because I want him to be a pure good guy. You know, like he's a loving father, he's a devoted husband, he's a beloved superhero. So white, gold, purple. You know, I think it works great together.
Now,
you know,
when you created the character, did you like sit down and kind of do a outline of what you wanted?
I'm so mad that my original sketch got thrown out. Like it would be a fun thing to throw in like a collected someday, but I know I sent it to Renzo, so I'm hoping Renzo has it. But I draw the characters out terribly, horribly. I send it to Renzo, and he sends me back. This was the first thing he sent me, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Yes, and then you see that statue in the back. That's the Colossus of Rhodes.
Okay,
there's a big story.
One of the eighth wonders of the ancient world.
Yes, that's one of the, you know, and then there's dirigibles and there's mountain. All the skyscrapers have windows. That's all part of the story. Like I love the idea of Metropolis, Gotham. You know, like so. This is I'm borrowing from Marvel and DC. You know, like Marvel is real world, and DC is made up cities. So this is a hybrid. So in Science City was built in 2001 outside of Yuma, Arizona, because it has all this solar, you know, so every glass, every pane of glass in the city, all the skies are harnessing solar energy, and you know the sidewalks move. It's supposed to be an ecological utopia, but the problem is Philip Manning, the designer, the industrialist, he changed things because he wanted it cheaper, and he's an egomaniac. So there was supposed to be a big spire in the middle that collected all the ley line energies, and you know, because the architect is a magician and an architect, and it's supposed to take all of this mystical occult energy. If you ever been outside of Yuma, Arizona, there's people like, oh, the crystals out here, there's ley lines. So you know that's why I picked it. So it's a perfect blend of scientific solar energy and occult ley line energy, if you believe all that. And the spire in the middle was supposed to focus everything and make the city of perfection, a utopia. But Philip Manning made a statue of himself. So he doesn't believe in this energy. It's all hoopla to him. So all this mystical energy is concentrated to that statue. And now people are waking up and they call themselves Boss Moxie and they're robbing banks. Because I'm thinking, like, why does Gotham City have a guy who dresses up like a penguin and commit crimes, but not Baltimore? Why not Seattle? You know, Philadelphia doesn't have this, but so there's something about Gotham, and that made me think there has to be something about the city, you know. And now the patriarch is dealing with this. You know, he doesn't. You don't know this. You guys know more about this than the patriarch does at this point. But the city itself is a problem. You know, that will be addressed over the course of this. But I'm trying to take all the superhero tropes. You know, but why are the guys who dress up like clowns and commit crimes in Gotham but not Baltimore? You know,
I noticed you brought back something you rarely see nowadays. Maybe you see it more in urban centers, but hats.
Yes, well, yeah. Boss Moxie woke up. He's a 30 gangster. You know, look at that. There you go, Hex.
That's right.
There you go.
Moxie, baby.
Hey, get yourself a cigar.
Now let's rob a bank.
There you go. I'll muralize the bomb.
Get out of here, you mug.
You know what I mean? And, you don't really see it in the first issue, but I want to make it like in crowd scenes. You're going to see people dressed up like superheroes. Like superheroes are fashionable. You know, so here is Boss Moxie. He does it as ostentatious.
You know what? In the real world, people walk around. I live in LA, and people walk around like they're cosplaying all the time.
Right. So you're gonna see, like, there's gonna be a scene where a nightclub scene, and there'll be people in like costumes. You know, because in a world where there really is superheroes, wouldn't they be the Instagram stars, the influencers? You know, especially you know one of the patriarch's powers. Like
I love that city background. That's background, nice perspective.
I'll give you a spoiler. So here's the trading cards actually showed up an hour ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exclusive. Another Hex.
Where'd you get that made, John?
Geez. I can't pronounce it.
Apex with the question.
But you see how it has the village vigil. This is the role playing game that I play. So I wanted to make the back of the card like a retro look for an ad for the game. So this tells you all of his powers, and as you can see, it doesn't. It's not even. But his charisma is 19. You know what I mean? So he's super charismatic.
A little closer to the camera.
Oh, okay. So
oh yeah, there we go.
That's better. Yeah.
You can see his stats. Like in Dungeons and Dragons, it's 3 to 18. Well, his
John Linda Carter just called. She wants her tiara back.
Yeah, I know. But there you go.
That's where it went.
And then you could see like his boss Moxie. With his rules. So you could literally, if you buy a copy of Villains Vigilantes, you could use these cards and role play the characters.
You know, once you get you should show those off. You know, of course, you just got them in today more, because once you start, I learned this with my first campaign. When you start getting physical stuff,
show it off.
People start getting excited. It's getting ready to come out, and you'll pick up some more backers. So
if you remind me.
Do you find that that's a true statement, Dave? Once you start getting physical stuff that you can show people, you pick up a few more backers because they're getting excited about it.
Yeah, that always happens. You need to celebrate these moments, right? Every small moment, but also the bigger moments. Do live streams. When you have a book, do a live stream, show it. You get more backers guaranteed. Just go into In Demand or with Fuck My Comic storefront. You know. Keep it moving, so people can continue.
I literally got these an hour ago. So you guys are getting the scoop.
An hour ago.
Wow. Excellent, congrats, man.
Exclusive,
I guess
I need my press card in my hat.
Everything delivered. Look nice to you. No mistake. Now, do you edit your own stuff, or do you have an editor? Or other eyes that watch your.
I got stickers. Like I didn't even announce these, but everybody's getting stickers.
Full screen on that one. I will see.
Oh
yeah, Hex.
Where are you?
He's picking out his next Porky Pig cartoon.
Wow,
those are big, man.
You know me so
well.
I got these challenge coins made up.
Who did your logo for you, John?
Nick Axe.
Nick Axe. What a great name. Nick Axe.
Nick Axe. Wow. I recommend him. He's a great guy. He's super talented. He's doing the art for Crom the Destroyer for RJ of the Fourth Age.
How often do you charge up your power ring? I'm just wondering.
Yes.
You got the lantern back there. How often do you charge your power ring?
I got to charge. It actually takes little batteries that I took out because I was afraid they were going to.
Yeah, you don't want them to corrode.
I gotta put batteries in, and then when you take the ring and you touch it, it glows. But
really,
it's
like a contact thing.
Yeah,
nice.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
right.
Mel, would you mind putting up the Kickstarter campaign just for a second?
Oh yeah.
I feel bad making Dave wait for so long. So you know.
No, that's completely cool. By the way, I take it that Renzo draws digital. Right, because that symbol, that laurel, what's it called, laurel?
Yeah, that would be difficult to do.
It's pretty difficult to draw from hand.
Yeah,
you know?
I had a few fan art people tell me that it's a pain in the neck to draw.
Yeah.
So if you click on this, you can see the trailer that Phantasmagoria.
Oh yeah.
That's a U with some leaves on it.
Hold on. Wow. Hold on. Let me mute myself.
We're not rushing you. He's like, hold on.
Gosh.
Play the damn thing.
I'm sorry. I'm hungry all of a sudden. All right.
Yeah, that logo has an old folk feel to it.
That was on purpose.
I like it.
Oh yeah. That's okay. Here we go.
Very pulpy.
And this was made by Phantom, right? That'd be a great trading card right there. That just horizontal shot.
That's a nice one.
I love that.
something while you read his book. There you go.
Yeah.
Woo!
The
Great
next
job,
thing will be
Fanta.
a popcorn
Wow.
bucket.
That's my
Fanta did that. I didn't even ask her. She just gifted it to me. I was like, oh.
Ah, good,
Amazing.
great
Did
job,
Fanta make
Fanta.
this?
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
How much time is left on the Kickstarter?
Nice job.
31 more days.
Oh, great. All right.
But the reason why, if you could scroll down, the big difference between the Fund My Comic is going to be my home. That's where I'm going to stay from now on. But you could get everything the same here, except I made an exclusive for Kickstarter. If you scroll down, people wanted the back cover, but this is what I want to show. I know Rex, you would appreciate this. This is Michael T. Gilbert, who did Mr. Monster. You know, he's another legendary comic book artist, and if you see the cover, you see that robotic ant that's attacking. So he saw the cover. So he was just like, oh my God, they're getting attacked by a robotic ant. It's got to be a picnic right away. He goes right to it. So he's like, do you mind if I draw it like to have it a picnic? And I was like, okay, sure. So
is that what you did? Was just giving the concept of a robotic ant?
Well, he saw the Renzo cover, he saw the Pat Broderick cover, and then he goes, so the robotic insects, so right away he went to picnics and a little Silver Age whimsiness to this cover. I freaking love it. This is my wife's favorite cover.
He kind of looks like this kid kind of looks like Reggie from
Reggie.
So that's his son that having a picnic, and the picnic's invaded by ants, and then there's the wife, in distress, the damsel in distress. Just fun.
This looks like one of those old Jimmy Olsen's.
Right.
It does.
I think it might be a spoof on an old Jimmy Olsen.
There's one where he's got a big giant red ant there, and there's Action Comics where he's.
You should have the creep in the background.
Into an ant as well,
trying to grab the woman out of his hand.
Hey, Mr. Good Stuff.
Apex is the creep,
And then I haven't revealed it yet, but I'm going to go to Indiegogo and I have a Mike Gustovich cover.
Oh,
that one I'm not sure. It actually
Gustovich.
shows the bad guy. Mike Gustovich, he fell in love with the bad guy, so he's like,
I loved his stuff in Justice Machine in the 80s.
Yeah.
I love Gustovich stuff.
Yes. Shadowhawk says, yes, I'm trying to make all ages comics. Now, not children's comics, all ages comics. Like Dave will tell you and Rex will tell you, the best comics that we've ever had were all ages comics. You know what I mean? There was stuff. I read the Dark Phoenix saga and I realized how dark and disturbing it really is. That went over my head as a kid, so that you could really, so like even next issue, there's going to be some sexy moments, but nothing gratuitous, nothing graphic. You know what I mean? It's like, I love what Dave did. Perfect 10 comes out of the canister. She's basically a naked hot chick, but strategic shadows.
There was great danger, like I mentioned, Count Nefario with the graviton powers, but there wasn't like I skin you alive, flay you alive, and very graphic stuff.
Right.
It was but there was a danger, like the Dark Phoenix thing, like you said, when she got, I mean, she destroyed. And there was some criticism at the time. She destroyed a planet of billions of sentient beings. Right. That's why she was being judged in the.
Yeah, the Share did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So
I'm the whole planet.
I think it's a rookie mistake to come out with like your world conquering bad guy and ultimate high stakes. So I'm starting off, relatively, like a random issue of Spider-Man, and then every issue I want to amp the stakes a little bit so that when, like the Marvel movies, Thanos didn't show up for 10 years later. So
you're just trying to lay a good foundation, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Like I have a lot of world building and I realized the best way to tell the world building, which is what Dave is doing, is through good characters, like,
I sometimes I think it's a mistake to lead off with the origin story. I'm not giving you the origin to Devil Flyer to.
It's funny that you said that because the origin's not happening till issue 3. Because do you really care about the convoluted origin?
Right, you need to care about the character and get some interest built up in it. Yeah.
Right. So issue number 3 is going to have the origin, and issue number 4 is going to have, I think, such a high stakes but small scale. You know what I mean? Like we're not talking about the world blowing up, but issue number 3, if I'm doing my job correctly, I want everybody to be biting their nails, being like, oh my God, like there's a reason why the Superman character and the Batman character are fighting. And there's a reason why it makes sense that they're fighting. There's a reason why they have to fight. And there's a reason why one of them has to win. But ultimately it's not because the cities get destroyed. It's a very personal, I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly, but like it doesn't have to be the universe is getting shattered all the time, but I also want to build up that there are ancient horrors. I already established that there's magic, there's like Lovecraftian horrors below the surface,
right?
But I want to build up to that. So when
I see a modern car here, do you lament that might date the piece over time, or
well they got cell phones too? The comic is set in 2024.
Yeah.
But issue number 3 is going to be set in 2002 because it's the origin of the Patriarch. Okay. And then go. So I will tell some story. Like I have a story set in 2015 with a different character. Issue number 2, the main story is the Patriarch. It's basically set the next day. It's the next day in the life of the Patriarch. The adventure that goes on, but it also introduces another character, Mary. It's her origin, and then a couple of issues later, I'm going to go back to her past.
What's been the hardest part about this so far for you, John?
I'm sorry?
What's been the hardest part about producing this comic book, you think, or any of
the hardest part is waiting. You know what I mean? Like here's the script. Why don't I have 22 pages? Or I'm so excited.
I'll have it out next Tuesday.
Why isn't Dave reading it and telling me how good I am yet? Because
well, I mean, once you get that book in your hand, there's no feeling like it. Like you're like, I did this. We accomplished this.
I'm nervous now because I said some criticism about writing for a couple of people, so I know those people are just waiting to destroy me. But
right. Yeah.
But
you shouldn't have said that about Chris Claremont. I'm just saying.
That's bad to say about Chris Claremont.
Yeah, I'm sure there are pros that we criticize. Classic pros.
Smile. That means he knows me. But
right. Yeah.
I've taken issue with some of Klaus Jansen's work. I mean, I love a lot of his work, but then there are some. I've seen some stuff from the 80s that he did for DC, and like what was it? It's like the Vigilante or something like one of those books.
But the thing of it is, we don't know the backstory. These people were on a deadline. How much time did they have to do?
That's true. Yeah.
We just don't know the backstory often.
Now that you made me think of it, the hardest part was I didn't realize what I was getting myself into. Like now I've been doing this for months. There's a lot that I learned. There's a lot of people that I know that I could rely on. There's a lot of people that I can trust for advice.
Knowing what you know now, would you change anything?
Oh, I streamlined. The people that I'm working with got smaller. It's more focused. But there's some people I shouldn't have hired. There's some people, I gave money to and then realized this isn't what I wanted. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now I'm focused now. I think issue number 2 is going to be half the price. I spent a lot of money on this comic, and a lot of it's not going to be in the comic because I made rookie mistakes, and I blame myself. It's nobody else's fault. Everybody did what I asked them to do. I didn't realize what I didn't know.
Second issue is going to be half the price.
I guess that's kind of
half the price. Of the cost. It's going to be half the cost. You know what
I mean?
30 pages.
Really want what is your
$3.99?
Sometimes
I wish I could do it. But what I mean is, I raised almost $6,000. That's not the. I spent more than $6,000 already to make this comic.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, next issue, I'll probably get everything down. And keep in mind, when I say I didn't ship it yet. I didn't print it yet, and I didn't mail it to you yet. So I got another couple of thousand.
Exactly.
That's what I mean? $4,000.
So I'm hoping that next issue I can get everything down to like 5,000.
Now you went to Kickstarter. Are you going to go to Indiegogo? I missed that.
I'm going to go to Indiegogo because I have another cover. At the risk of cutting myself at the legs, I think next campaign I'm only going to be on Fund My Comic. because I think I took if I had put this Michael T. Gilbert and the Mike Gustovich cover and put them all on one campaign, I think all the initial people would have bought all 3 covers.
Yeah, they're beautiful covers. Yeah,
they're great.
Now people are like, well, I already backed that. I'm not going to go to Kickstarter and back it again. I already backed it, so I think I made a rookie mistake.
So John, what will you do when someone wants all covers? Do they have to back everywhere?
We see again that's a rookie mistake, because now they got to pay $30 in shipping to get all 3 covers. So don't tell anybody, because it's going to undercut my Indiegogo. But when everything's over, it's said and done, everything's coming to fund my comic.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like there are people like Shadowhawk. He's backed over 500 projects, but he's kind of like me. I don't like how Kickstarter takes out the money later. And so he just doesn't back the Kickstarter.
Right.
So there's a wonderful cover.
I was told that's
not going to be bought.
I was told that people don't want to go to fund my comic, that it was dead on arrival. Well, I proved that wrong. I'm a first time guy at Fund My Comics. So I raised $5,000 on nothing but me and Renzo's art. I was told Kickstarter is where the money is, but I was also told if you go to Kickstarter, everybody's going to turn against me. That didn't happen either. I was told to go to Indiegogo, so I was thinking of Indiegogo was going to be my bat and cleanup. You know what I mean? So who knows? Maybe that'll be a rush. I don't know yet. But I think going forward, I'm only going to be on Fund My Comic. I can't afford these legendary artists. So I'm getting more affordable artists. There's going to be one variant cover. There's going to be an A cover and a B cover. That's it. I'm going to streamline issue 2.
Yeah.
So what did you
make these coins again, because I'm obsessed with these coins. I love these coins.
What Dave has done a lot in crowdfunding, and he's been on every platform probably. What
except for Zoop?
I mean, what do you think about this? Do you think if you stick to only Fund My Comic, and not at least Fund My Comic and Indiegogo, or what would your advice be to John?
I don't have it. I can't speak to Indiegogo yet because I didn't launch.
Right.
So maybe that'll be the $60,000 on Indiegogo. You know what I mean? Who knows? That would be the best case scenario.
Well, Dave's done all 3 platforms. What do you think, Dave?
Oh, there you go, Dave. What do you think?
And just continue to use all 3. We are indies. We need to make the money. We need to bring in the funds from wherever they come. I'm not like I'm going to boycott this site because both these sites are pretty crappy. And then you have Fund My Comic. I prefer Fund My Comic because that's like our people, right? That's
one of us. Yeah.
Yes, but Fund My Comic has its limits, right? So I prefer to still use the other platforms, and then indeed offer special things through different platforms.
Okay, so you're doing the same thing I'm doing then, something unique on every platform.
Yeah, I'm doing a cover C for Perfect 10, and that will go to Fund My Comic.
Now, Dave, do you launch on all 3 platforms at the same time? I've seen that as well.
Different times. Okay.
You kind of stagger it.
Yeah, I like to keep campaigns should move. There should always be something happening, right? And if you launch all 3 platforms at the same time, they have this sudden boost, and then you have nothing. Yeah. They give this long dead zone where few things happen. You can still promote your campaign, but you need material to promote and to stream about. So have this launch after 2 weeks, and then another launch after 2 weeks. So you have something to do. Keep interest.
Yeah.
Websites are really good too, guys. To actually add more punch to your dollar, and people know where to go.
Depending upon how this goes, and I think the real test will be issue 2, the campaign, because at that point people will have my comic. I'm hoping there'll be positive word of mouth. I'll have proved myself as a guy who can deliver something good. So I'm hoping with issue, Dave, when you did your second campaign, did a lot of people come and get your first stuff? I know I did, because I missed your first campaign, but I'm a weirdo.
Yeah.
We're all weirdos, aren't we? We are. We're weird.
Yeah, I
Well,
love it.
it was more later on. So sort of further with each new issue, more people jump in, right? So you
That's
have,
what I'm hoping.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm hoping that sooner, like Dave, I could set up my own storefront. You know, I'll have Longbox Comics page. You know, and you know, because I made this big challenge coin. This was a big expensive thing, but as of right now, I don't have a place to sell it. So I just like, if you want this, it's $30 on. You just send it to John's Longbox at yahoo.com. I'll mail it to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, you know, with John, you should be called John's Short Box. That way you can do a short box.
Show that again. Yeah.
So look at this.
Oh.
Here is a reference quarter, just so you can see. That's
wow.
Yeah.
This is made by the same company that Mike Barron and Graham Nolan use for their challenge coins.
What's the company?
Oh, look how thick that baby is.
This is thick. This is metal. I got it. Enamel painted. But I only made 20 of them. I sold a couple, and one I'm keeping. So I got 16 of these left, and it was unfortunately I got to sell these for $25 plus shipping.
It's a collector's item. Ooh, I'm thirsty for a Heroic Tales pint.
Right, and you can't see it, but on the back it has the Patriarch's laurel wreath.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah, very nice.
Oh, nice.
Now, is that a decal on there? Is that exactly how do they apply?
You could wash this. It's printed. These are high quality beer glasses. You know,
nice.
These are, you know, you could put these in your washing machine. You can hand wash them. You know, just like any
I
beer
know
glass.
that's heavy and that's substantial, but
don't put them in the washing machine.
You know, when shipping something like that, it almost has to be shipped separate, doesn't it?
Yes, I tested it out. Hal Deere bought one. I'm in New York. I sent it to Winnipeg. He got it fine.
Nice.
So my wife, she's meticulous about wrapping it up and shipping it out. So I did a couple of tests. I haven't sent it overseas yet. Maybe I'll send one to Dave overseas someday. You know, but you know, these are in the campaign, so I'm gonna put them in one box, pack them all up. I've been collecting boxes and packing tape and stuff like that already. Because I was going to use Critical Blast, but I that's just another expense at this point. You know, I got to my buddy Jimmy already said him and his family are going to come over and we'll spend a weekend packing and boxing and, you know, getting everything. Nice. Yeah.
So
that'll cost me a few pizzas, but you got to eat.
There you go.
Feed them. They'll work with you.
And you can see here the stretch cards. And
stretch cards.
And in case my numbering is off, I got 7 cards, but I'm only advertising 6 because I realized
closer to the camera. I don't see those images.
Here you go. You guys got another exclusive.
Oh, look at that.
That's Lucius Kane, who goes by the name of the suit. And
Chris, what did you realize, John? You started to say it. I realized what?
I realized that there's 7 characters, but I only made 6 cards because I only looked at the Patriarch story. Ron Mosicki did the artwork for Unheroic Tales. So I was like, oh wow, I could make a 7th card. You know, so anybody who backs this, they're gonna get 3 cards free. They're gonna get stickers just thrown in. You know, the coin you have to pay for. You know.
Now I'm just guessing at this point because I haven't read the book, but that Superman could probably beat Patriarch.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He does have a weakness, but I think with Superman, except for magic or kryptonite, maybe a few other things, he's pretty much unbeatable, and that makes him hard to ride, I think.
Right. Yes. I wanted him to share a similar silhouette as Superman.
Right.
I wanted, you know, the name Patriarch. He's a fatherly figure. In my world, he's the most experienced current superhero. There's other superheroes that lasted longer, but they retired or died or whatever. So he's like the Superman guy, but he's nowhere near a Superman. I think first off, that's a rookie mistake. I think that's a boring mistake, and I think it's kind of interesting that he's putting on the airs that he's more powerful than he is. Like the way I look at it is, during Christmas time, when you were a little kid, you were looking at the toys. I want to get this out. And your dad's looking at mom going, I have to work extra shifts. But the kid doesn't know that dad's stressing out.
Yeah.
So the patriarch is putting on like, I got this. I'm handling this. And then when he goes home, tells his wife knows exactly how powerful he is, and she'll be in tears in his eyes, like that was. He's like, yeah, and then the kids show up, and he's like, "Hey, Daddy saved the day." You know what I mean? But he's got a logical, like I take a lot from Marvel. He's got a Marvel weakness. You know, it's not the color yellow. It's not like Wonder Woman if his hands are bound by a man. And I don't want to give it away, but his weakness, that's one of the things that happens in this first issue is the bad guy finds out his weakness. And the bad guy says, I got you figured out. You're kind of a fraud. And Patriarch, you know, so setting up for the return of the bad guy. It'll be a little.
I love that, man. I love that. This guy is just human, you know. That's what connects readers with the character. He's a human.
I've got a question for you, Dave. Have you had any villains make a return in your books?
So, yeah, because it's a continuous story. So some villains are like the villain, so they have to return.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, if you do enough books, yeah, you can get them to return, unless it's just like next issue return type thing.
Well, Dave's story is one continuous story, so it's like saying, did Magneto return when he's been in a 5-issue arc? You know.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, I want to say hello to Creators Outlet,
Creator.
Hail, and Good Stuff.
Hello.
Good Stuff, who also does great video work.
Good stuff.
And yeah, we're gonna
got a
have you on,
cookbook. Going to crowdfund here. Yeah.
You know, and
Yes.
I just excited for this again. I can't believe Dave's here. I'm like a gushing fanboy about Dave's books.
That's great.
Yeah, Dave's actually designs out some wonderful. You know, there's not so many people out there that can design characters that are engaging just from their look. They can just stand there, and it's like
every time Dave comes out with a new comic, I'm like, oh, Dave, I got to cross off with another.
So you have your staff.
One of them, Dave said, "You're different enough. That's cool." And one of them, like, I can't. It even looks like my character. Like Dave has got the perfect design set. I guess it's perfect because it looks like my design, but whatever. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, John, I'm so happy that you gave Ron Mosicki some work. Because he was struggling, and I was thinking about I need to give this guy some work, but I didn't have a project for him, right? So I'm so happy that you gave him that.
Oh, I'm pretty loyal. Ron Mosicki did an 8-page backup story colored by Oscar Carreno, and it's called Unheroic Tales. It's the origin of this guy who is the mayor of Science City. He goes by the name of the Suit because, you know, in all comic books, Jimmy Olsen always wears the same suit. Yeah. So I'm trying to play with tropes. So why would this guy always have the same suit? Because it's his lucky suit. That's his trademark. You know, like the politician.
And he's probably got 8 different pair of them in the closet.
I'm not telling. But you'll see his origin. He makes a decision that alters his life for better materially.
Maybe the suit is actually his skin.
Ooh, a skin suit.
Oh, but anyway, Ron through that, and he was awesome. He was professional. He did exactly everything, and he did a 2-page spread because I said I want to do like the credits, like a 2-page spread with on the billboards in the street, like Will Eisner. He said, "I got it," and I trusted him, and boom, he did it. It's gonna awesome. And then I realized I forgot to send him the last page of the story. So months later, I'm like, "Oh my god." So I said, Ron, I forgot to send you the letter because I thought it ended weird. Overnight, he was done. He is a great guy. So I would love to give him more work. So he's going to be my Unheroic Tales backup guy every issue, but I have to hit a stretch goal. So going forward, there's going to be the Patriarch main story. There's going to be another superhero secondary story. And then there will be an Unheroic Tales drawn by Ron Mosicki. But, you know, that has to hit a stretch goal. So there you go.
So, guys,
I was so excited. I gave you the stretch goals before I even did the comic.
The way you talk, I want hero. The way you talk about him, it's like I want Heroic Tales in my long box.
Hey, Petty Mall.
in my pull box. Yeah, there you go.
I hope so. Well, you got two. If you like, I know some people don't like Kickstarter because the way they take out money. I'm not a fan of that either. Other people like Fund My Comic because Luke Stone is one of us. Some people are fans of Indiegogo. So, don't wait. Back the Michael T. Gilbert cover here, and then get the Mike Gustovich cover on Indiegogo. When this winds down, And it's funny because I accidentally made the Fund My Comic campaign 4 months instead of 2 months.
I hate that I can't I just don't do Kickstarter, that I can't get the Michael T, that it's an exclusive there, and
it's exclusive now. I will say that the Pat Broderick, you could forever only get that on Fund My Comic, because that's my gift to Luke, because he's a great guy. Yes. Michael T. Gilbert, you can only get right now on Kickstarter. How's that, Rex? Later there might be more options. And Indiegogo, while the campaign is active, you can only get the Mike Gustovich cover while it's active. I'm using weasel words on purpose, but everything's going to go to Fund My Comic when I'm done. There you go. Spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about the shadow banning? As long as it doesn't happen to you, Creators Outlet mentioned the shadow banning.
Yeah, I that's the main reason why I launched on Fund My Comic first. I didn't want to go through all of this work and then find out that I'm shadow banned or politically banned or whatever banned. So I trust Luke. So I went Fund My Comic. That's my home base. I wanted to have a nice, for lack of a better term, a nice platform to build up on, and I trust Luke. Indiegogo, I still don't know if I'm going to be shadow banned. Kickstarter, I'm kind of just languishing among all the other projects because I realize Kickstarter seems to be a lot of like scandalous booby comics, and mine's not really. Mine's more of a wholesome comic.
Yeah, it is.
So, but I knew that going in, but we'll see what Indiegogo, and people telling me that Indiegogo is stopped doing all that stuff.
What, scandalous booby comics?
No, they're still doing that.
That's a great title, actually.
The shadow banning.
You're giving me an idea.
Well, I've seen Kickstarter do it. I've seen Indiegogo do it. And I think it's if you have like a Mike Barron talking about the border, or a Thin Blue Line about the cops, and it's a hot topic and controversial, you're more likely to get shadow banned.
Right.
But not. I mean, Doc Blaylock's had over on Indiegogo, had his mail up for a year, no problem. He renewed it and was coming out with his book, and even his sign up was shadow banned.
Right. And RJ from the Fourth Age, he had Thomas Valiant. There's nothing objectionable about Thomas. It's not even particularly political. It's just a freaking wonderful superhero comic. It was shadow banned. So this is my first go around. I'm gathering information, I'm trying to drum up interest and support, but I'm also gathering information because I want to make more and more comics. So each, like that. Remember Mousetrap, that game, the board game? It says this is the game that moves as you play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to move as I play. If I find that Kickstarter is not good for me,
yeah, you got to move differently.
I always want to be with Fund My Comic because I like that Luke is a comic book nerd.
Yeah, and you get a quicker payout if you want, and the way that really appealed to me, because I could take that money, which I did, commission some more art to put up on the campaign, and into the book. So, I put my campaign funds toward the book already, they've got a better payout, plus they take out a less percentage.
Right. And I got Luke's phone number.
And if you go exclude, exactly. If you have a problem, you can call
I messed up the day of my launch. I went to go check it out, and I got a 404 error. I messed something up.
Ooh.
So of course I panic. I call Luke, and I can hear he's eating dinner with his family, and he's like, "Hey, John, how's everything going on?" And I'm like, "What is? Stop with the small talk. I'm trying to." It was fixed already. You know what I mean? That's you can't do that with anybody else. And now we're talking about a Perfect 10, which is my favorite comic right now.
There you go. Perfect.
You just got with early bird special, didn't you, Dave? Where you got a triptych print.
Yeah, that was the first week. So I had this. I never did a early bird like reward before. So I had this poll on Twitter asking people what would be a reasonable length for something like that to be active, and most people said 1 week. So it ended yesterday because we're live 1 week.
Yeah.
So we had a few backers today and they missed out. But if people still want the triple print collection, they can now add it to the order. So you can buy them. And everyone who backed within the first 7 days get it for free.
Wow.
Yeah, and that ain't cheap, folks.
No, it's not.
Right. Look at this, guys. It's
so look at that cover.
Power.
Yeah. So for this book,
sorry to shuffle you your campaign off there, John. But I guess Dave, you're supposed to be on with Creators Outlet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
He backed it up an hour. So let's hurry this thing.
Well, everybody, going back, going back, Heroic Tales on at least one of those platforms, Indiegogo, or I mean, on Kickstarter and Fund My Comic.
Yes, all three.
And that's from our.
So who drew this
man,
cover?
John's Longbox.
Yes.
So
I love the reflection of the helmet, all the characters coming at her.
Right. Yeah. This. So for this issue, I knew immediately what kind of covers that I wanted. So I just explained to Power.
And this character made her first appearance in the last issue, right, Dad?
No, in issue 2.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking issue 2.
Yes.
What issue's this? 3?
5.
Oh, 5. Okay.
We're moving along here.
Moving on.
Moving right along.
Yeah.
So who drew this one?
POWERTRIP. He's the artist of the book also.
Nice.
Colored by Daniel. And I don't really need to explain a lot to Power what I want. He just gets it. You know, I want his face with the reflection in the mask. And then this one, I told him I want this Armored Up 10. It has some specifics that I told him, with the biggest gun that he could fit in the book.
I think you did a wonderful job of that.
I like that.
She's toting more than 44s.
And I love your titles. Perfect Power Package.
Perfect Power Package.
Yeah. What she said.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
The Perfect Power Package is when you also want the second book. We have 2 books with this campaign. And the second book is POWERTRIP 2. That's an anthology series with 3 shorter stories by 3 different creative teams. All
is
taking
that your
place.
crossover book, or is that another book?
No, that's another title that was called Crossworlds. Maybe sometime we can do one with where the Patriarch meets the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, there you go.
But
don't tease me. Don't tease me.
Don't pinch the nipple.
Yeah.
Those
worlds are dying to
collide.
collide.
Hex, show some artwork here. Let's go. Let's
yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, but those worlds are dying to collide, man. The Heroic Tales and
they are.
Wow, that's a bloody mess. Look at that. You're putting your characters
look at that panel, man. Tell me that's not a great comic book panel.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is based on a cover from Wonder Woman versus Artemis, drawn by Deodato Jr.
Yeah. I see it.
Like an homage thing, really cool. I love this, and this. So this comic book jumps right in because all this story moves very, very fast. It's one story, so every issue connects directly to the previous one. So this is why we.
I'm drawing a blank. Apex. Who drew Superboy back in the 90s?
Wasn't it Tom Grummett?
Yeah, Tom Grummett. This artwork reminds me a little bit of Tom Grummett.
A little bit. I see it.
It reminds me of like Tom Grummett and J. Scott Campbell got married.
Yeah.
And had a kid.
And had
That's
an
Pop
old baby.
Rodricks. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Pow, there you go.
Pow, Rodricks.
Hey, while I got you guys,
Imagine
here, there's one question I always like to ask is, what do you think about dialogue balloons on a cover?
I had it. Michael T.
like
Gilbert.
I like it.
Yeah, it really depends.
If it's done well.
Yeah, it really
I mean,
depends if it fits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
These classic covers, then it fits, but I don't know if it works with modern style.
Right.
I don't know.
But Dave is a great writer. So just imagine this wonderful artwork of the 90s with Dave's great writing and character design. And, you know, again, I could be his best herald and herald Dave's comics everywhere I go. I really am a big fan of him.
That's great.
Wow. Yeah, but so if you scroll down, you get the following page. So we have the initial conflict. Then we have the double page spread. It's too bad that it's so small here.
Look at all those characters.
That took me a month to draw that. That's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. But Pow managed, man. Pow is a professional.
And I think a lot of people, I mean, it really shows the universe of characters that you got. Wow, I like that yellow and red character there.
That's
He's
cool.
awesome.
Look at that.
Yeah. I'm so happy that I can finally use them. Many characters were designed like decades ago. You know?
Yeah.
And finally, I can see them in this book. I can use them combined with new creations also, because sometimes I just need this. There's this void within the universe that I need to. So I need to create something specific for it. But when I started this entire endeavor with comics, I technically had like this universe done to start with. But yeah, so many cool characters. So here we have basically the conflict that we worked towards for the last 4 issues, and after this, there's a battle sequence that took me a lot of headaches to get right. But it was really cool. So,
I noticed a different character. Like right now, I'm seeing this cheerleader type girl with the white boots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. Oh wow.
She's from the 90s, and finally, this is the first time she appears in a book. I'm so happy. It's really cool.
Rah,
Oh,
rah.
right.
I'm so happy
Got a
just looking at
stretchy
it.
guy.
Kick their butts, rah rah.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
She has the power to boost other people's superpowers when she cheers for them, right? So you see her in the back, yeah, go, and then someone powers
she gives
up.
them
wow.
a buff.
Yeah.
Does she have pom poms that shoot
An
lasers?
RPG buff.
Yeah, she has pom poms too. Yeah,
Nice, cool.
Nice.
really cool. I
It's
love
very
it.
like
It's really complicated to write because you have so many powers with all different effects, and
I know they're all gonna kill each other. Jesus, man.
The thing
Yeah,
about it is, you know,
They
with
are.
all
Really
those
complicated.
characters, you know, you have to establish some characterization so that people really care about the characters over time.
sure.
And you can't do that just overnight, just by throwing them into a comic. You know, they're cool looking, and I'm not talking about yours, but a lot of comic, I think a lot, especially with indies that I've seen in the past, where they give you like the power stats in the back and everything. They give you the origin issue, and it's like, this is cool, but I'm not really invested in these characters. You're giving me too much too soon, really.
All right. Yeah.
You
That's difficult to balance. When is something too much? When it's right? You know, it's difficult. But we also don't have like this monthly schedule where you can.
That's true. Yeah, you got to get it out there somehow.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a problem.
Shadowhawk says Perez level amount of characters. I was trying to get that out too.
So does POW work digitally or traditionally?
He works traditional, and then when we need edits, and he goes over it with digital work.
Yeah, with a group shot like that, it'd probably be easier to work digitally. That way, you could kind of place the different characters that you know.
Yeah, I believe he does like digital layouts, And once it's like approved, then he goes over it with actual paper, actual ink.
There you go. Yeah, that's cool.
So this way we can also offer the original art for backers. We always have that on our campaigns. People like that. The covers also, people can buy the cover art, you know. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of action. It keeps moving. There are a lot of characters, but some characters are like relegated to, like, they're just there, but the characters that you need to know, you will know. And the others are just there because it makes sense for the story. It's like this.
Dave supplying the eye candy as usual.
What's the name of that fire? What's the name of that fire chick? What's her name?
Fire Fury.
Fire Fury.
Yeah.
And I think I dated her back in the 80s.
I wouldn't mind getting a poster of that.
She gave you a burning sensation there, Rex?
I still got it, John.
Yowza.
You need to see a doctor.
Yowza, yeah.
This one
every
was
very
exploding.
So this is kind of like a battle royale, isn't it, Dave?
Fury.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, some characters it takes months to find the right name. Like Fire Fury, it took me months to find the right name. What I'm going to call it?
Yeah,
call this. You know,
I wouldn't mind having a poster of that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, some of his individual panels could be like, you know, a card set. It's so cool.
It could. That'd be a nice poster right there.
Right there. Yeah, that's a great poster.
Oh yeah.
Bam. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, rarely do you see, you know, that many characters on
POWERTRip.
There you go. The POWERTRip, the anthology.
So Roderick's
that's
art.
That's what Hex Allen's having right now. POWERTRip on
POWERTRip.
Where did I lost it? Oh shoot! There we go.
Shadow Lion.
Sorry about that.
POWERTRip.
You like that?
It's like three stories. Is it 3 stories in one?
Blow a fuse.
It's 3 stories. So we start with Shadow Lion.
Ooh.
He looks cool.
Brazilian hero.
I like his name. Yeah.
He's like a Wolverine Batman
very
mashup, isn't
he? Yeah, but like Batman without the gadgets. He's like this MMA fighter, and something tragic happens within his life, and he goes on his quest for vengeance as the Shadow Lion.
Nice.
He takes on the Brazilian mob, the mafia, the Brazilian crime.
It's set in Brazil, Shadow Lion?
Yeah, it's set in Brazil.
It's interesting. It's just a different place for a superhero comic. Cool.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
it's drawn by either Messia, and he's also from Brazil, so he knows the place, right? Just helps a little bit to get the things right.
Yeah. And
then the second story is the Flying Dutchman, and that's written by me and drawn by Pow. That's an 8-page story, and the Flying Dutchman is like our Superman-esque character. So yeah,
every morning I create for my wife something I call the Flying Dutch Oven. She hates it though. Dave, you probably I'm not familiar with this vernacular, the Dutch oven.
I don't know if I want to know.
No, it's simply when you're in bed under the cover and you fart and you let it.
Oh yeah,
wow. I didn't know that. Didn't want to know that. Okay, how about the third story here, Dave?
What about the third one? What's that third one?
Yeah, let's move right along.
The third one is called The Phenomenals.
Well, he does have another show to go to after that.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
The Phenomenals. So in this world we have. When you scroll down, by the way, you can see artwork from the comics. The Phenomenals.
Is the second issue?
Yeah, second issue.
Where's the first one? I missed the first one then.
Yeah, the first one came out a few years back. So because the POWERTRip series is something we do on the side, and when I have enough stories, I combine them, right? Because one of these stories was written like 4 years back.
Oh, cool.
But the Phenomenals are like superheroes who aren't officially superheroes because in the genuine universe you need to go through this trading academy to become like meta marshals. But many people don't make it because they are like they don't have what it takes, right? But
sort of like the old Defenders back in the 70s. They're not really official group, but they team up every once in a while.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, these guys are like a real team, but they're not like what do you call like supported by the government, so they don't have the resources from the government, right? So but they still go do be
like freelance.
Yeah, they are freelance superheroes. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This guy is
and the writer of this story, Jochem van der Steen, is another Dutch guy. He created Bestafera, which is based on a Brazilian legend.
Bestafera.
So it's really cool when other creators bring their own creations to this world, slowly growing this genuine universe. It's really awesome.
Yeah, interesting design. This guy.
That's cool. This is Bestafera.
Furry fingernails. Is that what I'm seeing?
Bestafera. Yeah.
Bestafera.
Got like furry fingernails too.
Dirty.
Furry fingernails.
Furry. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really weird. I've never seen that before.
It's wild.
Oh no, I see. Oh, his claws are turned inward. I see. Okay, those are the. He's got fur on his fingers.
Oh, yeah.
I thought these were the tips right here where I'm pointing, but the tips are.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
like
crazy.
stumpy fingers.
Okay. I was just looking at it wrong.
It's a badass. Yeah.
Oh, there's the Flying
Dutchman. He's like your Captain America Superman rolled into one in a way.
Yeah, something like that. This patriotic character.
And that iconography here with the.
But in the Netherlands, also here at conventions, they know this character and they kind of see him as like a symbol for the Dutch superhero genre or superhero field. There aren't many Dutch superhero creators,
right?
So that's really cool. Flying Dutchman makes sense. The name just made sense, So it needed to happen.
That's cool.
Yeah. And what does the lion represent here on the?
That's a Dutch symbol, the lion.
It's part of the flag, right?
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not really part of the flag, but it goes with the royal family here. You have the orange color also. Willem van Nassau. It's a typical Dutch thing. The colors with the lion.
Oh,
that's cool.
That's interesting.
It's good. It's good design.
I can just see. I just put in my order with Genuine Comics, all the back issues.
I know, right?
That is a fan.
Wow! Now
it's amazing. Oh, you listen to a semi truck, right?
Dave's got to go fulfill my order. Go, Dave.
And these are just smaller stories. I like to write these smaller things like also. Not writing smaller stories. That means you need to challenge yourself. It's easier to write long form for me. Yeah. And some writers can't even write like short stories. I know this because I reach out to writers. Would you write this and that? And then they just don't manage for some reason. Anyway, so smaller story. So we introduce next to the Flying Dutchman. We introduce a new character called Brisk, which is a speedster.
Good name.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean.
Oh, is that her?
That's her. Yeah.
Brisk.
Brisk, and then
not brisk enough.
Chest. He's like bounce right off his chest. Bounce. Oh, my head. Oh.
Yeah.
I love that design for the costume.
It's cool.
Not a wasted line.
Yeah.
Simple and elegant.
Yeah.
I like the simpler costumes also. We were talking about these complicated costumes that you have nowadays. I have this crossover comic from it's the Justice League meets Witchblade and Darkness.
Yeah.
But so you see the clash with you can see when they are designed the costumes. You know, you have like the Martian Manhunter. It's very simple with the red lines here, and then combined with the darkness, which is overtly intricate. The costume, right?
Oh God.
So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the designing costumes is one of my favorite things. But I also like hire other artists to design costumes, so you get a variety of different approaches.
Okay.
This is a nice zipper mask. It zips right down.
Yeah.
So how do you approach that with the creator? You know, you have to give them a premise of what you want, but you believe in the artist enough to design the character design for you, huh?
Yeah, it usually happens when I don't have a idea for design.
Just more of a concept for a character.
Yeah, so I just have a description like this is what the character can do, and so go nuts, you know, and I try to keep to give everyone freedom to create, to do whatever they want.
Right.
This is how you get like the best designs.
Phenomenals have their own.
But now at that point they become a co-creator. How do you work that out with the?
Yeah, it's work for hire, you know. So I just I hire them. They are like you can call them officially co-creators, but they're not like co-owners, right?
Right. Okay. All
right. So yeah, the Phenomenals. This is drawn by Gilbert Monsanto, who also did the color work.
It's a little Marat Michaels in that panel right there.
All right. Yeah. And last minute we changed the colors of this guy's costume. He was blue with silver, but we already had the character Silverbird with similar colors, so we gave him the purple. Yeah, so these are five heroes. They go their own way, and I like it when they have like powers that complement each other. That's really cool.
What's the name of that sniper?
Visionary.
Oh, Visionary. Okay.
Scratch that name off. I had a character that was going to lead my team of superhero, and he was named Visionary, and the design is exactly like that. I gotta go back to the drawing board.
But maybe he's an alternate universe version of the same guy.
Yeah, but it just shows you Dave gets it. You know, it's so good.
Silverbird, Visionary, and who's that?
Yeah,
guy?
Dave, perhaps you should put up a list of all the names you are already using, so people can avoid.
Buy his books, and you'll know their names.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm there. I'm back day one. As soon as he announced his campaign, I was one of the first backers.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Thanks,
John. More of John to order this.
And people can also get a commission from it. There are 4 sold now. There are like 10 total, so 6 left. And Pow will draw you any character you want. Can be your own, can be mainstream, can be Jamieverse, whatever you want, and you can use it for whatever you want. So I have seen commissions that Pow made through other campaigns used by people for prints, for instance. So
wait, get to that perfect 10. Catch up. Ooh, the catch up.
Nice. Oh, this is the digital one. Yeah.
We have a digital one. Yeah.
I want a physical copy.
The physical copy.
Yeah. I got to get my physical books.
Yeah.
So how many, you get 7 books? Is that 4? Oh, 6. No, wait. 5 books.
3.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Right?
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
So with the catch-up tiers, when you buy it like this, there are I think issue 3 and issue 4 you get a random cover. It kind of depends on what we have, have. But if you want specific books, you can add them on.
More items can be added. Ooh.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Cool.
So every book can be added individually also.
You think you can add an ash can, something special, or what?
Yes. And eternal gratitude included.
Yes, eternal gratitude issue.
Yeah, Dave, I'm going to call you up in the middle of the night. Like, can you take me to the airport? What? Real gratitude. I'm calling in.
But I bought your comics.
When you want both new covers, you can get this one. Because it's difficult to choose. I get that. They're both awesome.
Yeah.
And by the way, yesterday we unlocked the stretch goal, the first stretch goal. You see here,
nice.
the first trading cards.
Yeah.
We make a bunch of cards like these.
Wow.
With every campaign, we make new ones, right?
So, Dave, where did you get your cards printed?
Where? Some online printer.
Okay, cool.
Very simple. Some online printer. They do amazing job.
It's like
one time they had
like Kablam or something.
Tell me all your secrets, Dave.
Yeah. Like all these cards have numbers, right? They have numbers. So now we're at 19 and 20. You can get the new cards with this campaign. Nice. I love making these new cards.
Card.
Like Dave's got a spinner rack with his comics on it. Isn't that cool?
I know.
Yeah. I like that. Why are you showing me?
I
have nothing interesting.
You were saying something? Oh, let's check out the video. Are these two different videos? Or?
Yeah, one is like the trailer, and the other is a coloring production video.
Oh wow!
Dave starts raving now.
Man, nice work.
Ooh, anybody got any DMT? Any MGMT?
What's that?
Drugs.
Juggle diet.
The only drug I got is fresh chocolate cookie.
I feel like I'm at a rave.
Hey, pass me that glow stick.
Pass me the bowl. Phenomenals.
Oh.
Coming to the spinner rack for you. Back today.
Oh, good bet I'm back in today.
Comics.
Who did this?
Who did the trailer for
and
you?
Don't say Phantasmagorical.
No, Good Stuff did it.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good job, good stuff.
Yes.
Wow. I'm impressed.
There we go.
85 backers at this
I gotta
point.
hire
You're probably
Good
going to
Stuff.
crack 100. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why there's so many good guys in this comic books space. You know, people are asking for help, and people are getting help and advice. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
man.
a great community, and you just gotta watch out for the minefield sometimes.
That's true.
If people want to see Daniel Rodriguez doing his magic, then you can watch this video.
Yes.
So sometimes he
Check
makes these records. He records
Right.
his work, right?
Oh.
I love these characters also, man. I love writing these. The villain is just badass.
Everybody dance. Watch your neck, John.
I'm still with everybody. I'm still with you.
What did your wife think about clean shaven John?
He doesn't like it. She wants me to grow my beard back.
Some beard back, huh?
She wants me to look like Santa by Christmas.
Well, I don't know. When do you get the neck brace off, John?
Yeah, I'm hoping a couple more weeks.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah. You'll probably have it grown out by December.
Yeah. Oh, you asked me where I got my cards printed. Iconics. It's in Tennessee. And I found this.
Okay.
How you spell it? Is it with
Are
an
you ready?
X or
Ready to
I?
go?
This is the drawing that I sent Renzo for the Patriarch. And then you can see what he sent me back. So I knew I had a copy. I don't have the physical copy anymore, but I have the picture that I sent Renzo. So there you go.
Yeah.
That is what I draw, and then you can see what Renzo draws.
I see the laurel is upside down, and he put it the other way.
Yeah, he actually said it would look better upside the other way around. And I don't argue with the master. He's the visual guy. I'm the word guy.
Plus, Renzo added the golden lines, right?
Yes. Well, it says golden lines, like the black lines. It says gold trim. You know, if you can read my horrible handwriting.
Right.
And if you can actually read that, you'll get a little bit of spoilers on his powers and things like that.
Don't quit your day job, John.
Yes, exactly.
Screenshot it later.
But I wanted Renzo to know all of his powers and capabilities so that he could draw subtle hints of the way his powers work. But there you go. I didn't mean to take away from Dave.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Nice. That's good.
But Iconics, it's in the chat. ICONIX. That's what made my card. They were dirt cheap, super professional, super helpful, and I got them. They said it was going to get 2 weeks. I got them in like 4 days.
Wow.
From Tennessee.
That's great.
Great.
That's really good. Yeah. When you consider shipping time.
Yep.
And printing time. They got right on that.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Don't you love it when they overperform like that?
Yeah, like I said, Brian Bow of Wolf and Batsy, he recommended them.
Yeah.
And then you know what I mean. So I ask people every step of the way. I've been asking people.
Yeah.
I asked Dave for help. Dave was very helpful. I asked everybody for help. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just an enthusiastic guy. And now I'm at the point where I'm offering help to other people because that's what you do.
It turned out well.
Yeah, that's invaluable when you can, ask, like I have a blank cover for drawing, so I ask creators that do a lot of blank covers and, what's the best surface that you like to actually do artwork on, and they can tell you where to go or the best paper stock, A
lot of people tell me where to go. My wife tells me to very specifically.
Go to Hades.
Well, I know where Dave Brink's going to go. He's going to go over to Creators Outlet.
I feel terrible about that, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem, man.
Dave,
I'm glad to have
wish
you.
the best of luck. You're one of my favorite people on the internet. I love your comic. I want you to become a millionaire so you can make more comics.
Now, Dave, if somebody wants the all-in catch-in tier, where can they get it? I mean, do they have to contact you directly? Do you have one site that they can go to? Where can they get this plethora of books that you've done in the past, or are some of them just unavailable right now?
Yes, some of them are just sold out, but what's left you can get through genuinecomics.com. That's our web store. But what's available there is mostly available also through the current campaign as add-ons.
Why don't you go put the link in the chat that way?
I just stupidly closed the tab.
So you can even through the current campaign you can even add on like the prints that we have. Like I'm going to see other things that I may be adding later, but most of it you can get through either the web store or you can go to the current campaign. You can get it there.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah. Let me put that link in there for you.
Sorry
about that. I apologize to Will of Creators Outlet for stealing your guest.
No, you didn't.
I went to Genuine Comics website. It worked easy. It's very intuitive. It's it was a pleasure to work with.
Cool.
Yes. Shoot. Damn it.
I share my cookie in your honor.
There you go.
Is that what you're having, cookies? Okay.
My wife just came back from church, and they always have these wonderful homemade chocolate cookies.
Oh, that's sweet.
Everybody brings something to church, and then I'm a jerk, and my wife brings it to me.
Well, since we've got some great, make me big, Hex, while you're doing that.
That's what she said.
Oh gosh.
I know John will appreciate this. This is on the Gerber list, a scarcity of books. This
Ooh,
is
let's see that.
Maybe less than 20 in existence. I don't know. Kirby
What?
Publishing.
Dead
Just
Ends?
look at the colors.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Of that one.
Where did you get that?
eBay.
Oh, wow.
For about $200. So
keep it away from the shower.
1950s?
This is just a reprint that came with a magazine, but yeah, this was about the size of the first Overstreet. Not very big. I actually had a friend that actually had an original 1 and 2 of Overstreet, and I know number 5 too. I've got a number 5 as well. That's kind of a reprint of the very first Overstreet price guide that came out in 1970. First appearance of Harley Quinn in a coloring book. This came out prior to her Batman Adventures number 12.
Really?
She's depicted a couple times in this same picture. Here's a fun little book.
Oh yes,
Flying saucer. 10 cents. Revealed at last.
They're so happy to see that flying saucer.
Yeah, it's coming at us, honey.
They're like,
I picked these up at Dollar Tree the other day. I got like 4 of them, man. Classic Marvel characters, you know.
Yeah.
I would say John Buscema, Sal Buscema, probably Rick, Jim,
Rich Buckler,
Jerry, Birmingham, Bingham, yeah, and then probably John Romita Sr. This is probably Frank Bruner, probably John Romita Sr. This is Gene Colan, and probably for the Thor is probably Keith Pollard. I would say.
Yeah, it looks like.
Man, what an eye you have.
Yeah. Yeah, Ant-Man, not so sure. Maybe John Byrne, and then Wasp, probably old school Wasp artist. I'm not sure who that would be.
Remember when mainstream comics were fun?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Back issues, baby.
I've been buying old pulps myself, you know, and some of these covers will be featured in my book. So
Wonder Stories.
Yeah, Wonder Stories. Just some cool pulps that I've been getting recently.
Pulps are
Looks
good.
like we're going in Uranus.
Not likely.
Yo.
All right.
Oh.
Hey.
For some reason, you don't see the Fauci kids on anymore. I don't know why.
Hey, listen to what Russell says. Can you hear that?
Not really. Can you just translate for us?
He's saying he's not a something after all.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That is, I can't believe it. What? That made it to TV. I saw that on TV when I was a little kid. And I'm like, did he say he's not a fag after all?
Yeah.
That's been in my head for decades, and I was like, no one ever talks about it. From the Cosby Kids, the Cosby Show.
It's been years since I've seen those cartoons.
And I finally found it.
For some reason, they're not on TV anymore. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Should they get more ratings?
Yeah. They should do a reboot.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're good. It's Will's fault for the scheduling snafu.
Oh.
So there's no snafu. It's a nothing
Dave
burger.
said he thought it was on a different day.
Yeah, I messed up.
All these paranoid creators out there. Collectors.
Stole my guest.
Oh yeah, so let's.
Now I get to host the Rex, Hex and Apex show next time.
Yeah, actually, you're right. You're supposed to host today, but I wanted to wrangle these two.
I'll take a back seat to John. You know,
August 17th. Next one.
Yes.
Okay.
So what do you guys? You bounce around on different channels?
Yeah. Every other week we each host.
Oh, okay, that sounds fun.
And so Apex did the last two. And Hex co-opted me today, so I don't know. I just do it when they let me.
August 17th is on Rex's channel.
Yeah, I've got John Diller doing some bystander artwork that'll be in the book right now.
Cool.
and be talking to some other artists here pretty soon. In fact, I'm been talking to Jim O'Reilly, trying to get him to do me
Jim's around. Good
a
talent.
little bit of work
Really?
in the book.
Man.
Yeah.
Trying to get him to do your, well, shouldn't take much.
Well, he's only interested in doing certain things. So,
Right.
trying to get him. We'll see if I can or not.
They draw monsters and
Oh my God.
maidens. Yeah.
Man, I'm
Pretty
so
soon we'll
embarrassed.
be redoing the campaign. We'll make the standee available and the artist edition by itself instead of the big bundle. And also we'll have the Jimmy Reyes cover dropping.
Yeah.
Mark Largent has said that he would color it. He would like to try and color it. So I said, okay, I'll take you up on that. And this was the last everybody.
Oh, wait,
the midnight.
Who is that? The Star Trek guy?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the guy who does the.
Yep. He said he
Star
wanted to
Trek
try his
parodies.
hand at it since
Nice.
Jimmy's other colorist that he recommended couldn't do it. So, so I said, sure, Mark, you can try your hand at it.
Be good.
All right.
And so we'll have new, and then I'll have the Golden Age cover artwork up for sale. The Jimmy Reyes wraparound cover will be up there just as soon as we can get it. He can get it to me and get it colored. And
Look
we'll
at that
have
art,
new
man. That's
new
insanity.
artwork, new pages.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's Peter. That's
George Peter Gaddis.
Peter Gaddis. Yeah.
Wow.
He did that, and then the Western character up above it, Midnight, which has been made into a trading card.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the last stretch goal, the Midnight trading card.
Midnight. Yeah.
Already, people are getting about 8 or 9 pieces. I'm commissioning 6 a.m. to do me another sticker for the next for my next campaign.
Nice.
Get him
Nice.
while it's hot.
Yeah, I gotta get a hold of him one day.
Same. Yeah.
when I launch in like 2026.
Well, I talked to him for a year, and he was like, I'm busy. And then all of a sudden, right after I launched Devil Flyer, he said, I'm looking for some commissions. So I had him do me a sticker, which is up there. I'm just giving it to everybody for free. And then, but I'm getting 1 or 2 more done now for the future.
Yeah.
So while he's available, because he's a pretty busy guy.
He is.
But I said, I'll make it easy on you. Just do Devil Flyer from the John Dillard cover there, the main cover. Yeah, that's a Doc Blaylock artwork there.
That's cool. That's good.
And the Bog. This is a tapestry, right? Of the Bog.
And I'm trying to get Jim O'Reilly to tell the first part of the origin of Bog in the book.
Oh man, that would be great.
That'd be
Great
so
book,
cool.
I think.
Yeah, well, my ideal is to have him do like 2, like maybe 3 pages, which is basically a chase scene, where he dies in the bog, and then where he's summoned up in the story of Grave Tales by the bystander. And then I'll have Jim, that's done by Doc Blaylock, and then in my next comic, I will pick up where Jim O'Reilly, did the little opener, the little segue into the Grave Tales story. So I'm hoping I can get him and split his artwork up into 2 issues, for the origin.
Cool.
With the Doc Blaylock story, splitting it up.
Almost. Yeah.
So Dave doesn't have to rush off. Is that right, Dave? It's another day.
Oh, good.
No, I'm going there in like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I gotta get going.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys, for coming in.
Where can we find? Well, everybody knows where to find you, John.
Glad you're feeling better, John.
Thank you.
Tell us tell us anyway. For people
my YouTube channel is John's Longbox at YouTube. My comic is on Fund My Comic, Heroic Tales at Fund My Comic. You can get the Pat Broderick cover there. If you're so inclined, you could go to Kickstarter and get the Michael T. Gilbert cover. And then in a couple of weeks, you'll go to Indiegogo and get the Mike Gustovich cover. But Fund My Comic is going to be my home. So sooner or later, everything will be available on Fund My Comic.
Awesome.
I got the trading cards by Iconics. If you're interested in it, they were great service. I got a challenge coin that I sooner or later, I guess I'll have to put it up on a website because it's doing me no good sitting here on my desk with no available way to get it. And Heroic Tales #2, we're chugging along, and I'm working on another project that I describe as Crisis on Infinite Earths meets Love and Rockets. So that'll be with maybe my Vertigo line. You know what I mean? A little bit more pretension to literature line. So
not all ages, right?
John, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dave.
I just saw it. I just saw the order. Thank you so much,
well,
man.
it took a while to cross the Atlantic.
Those cables under the ocean, it's
That's right, man.
A little bird just landed, dropped off my order.
Whew, wow.
That's everything I'm doing.
Well, thanks, guys, for coming on.
David,
wait a minute. Hold on.
I didn't know you were coming
Hex
on.
is something.
Before we let everybody go, on this stream, we traditionally I show off my stupid lightsaber.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But since it's oh wait, stop screen. But since I'm using this filter and it doesn't really show up it well at all, I'll just show you this embarrassing video instead.
Okay.
So because I don't think John has ever seen me swinging around my lightsaber.
It's gonna be like
Or
that
David.
Star Wars kid. Remember that early meme, the Star Wars kid?
Yeah, this is me. I am the Star Wars kid grown up now, and race swapped.
I signed the petition to get that kid in the prequels. I was like,
oh, it's paused. Sorry. Oh no, there we go.
oh, there you go. You're such a nerd.
You nailed it, John. You nailed it.
That's a real lightsaber, though.
Let me show you my
You
lightsaber.
cut butter.
So are you a Jedi or are you a Sith?
Jedi. I
Some
call
days
myself
I wonder.
a dark Jedi.
He's Hex Wonder.
I bought my wife a lightsaber, a real expensive lightsaber for I forget if it was
Around
my
the
birthday.
back. That's pretty cool.
Christmas.
Star Wars. Do you still like Star Wars? By the way, modern Star Wars.
Nope. There's 3 Star Wars movies, and the number of movies to be reached is 3.
Yep, there you go.
Says, honey, put that lifesaver away. It's time for dinner.
That's all. I just want to show you guys. And anybody out there watching still, you get a no prize if you can tell me what movie was playing in the background of that video.
Ooh, a no prize. There you go.
Man, I would have paid attention.
Yeah. That's why you have to go back and watch the replay.
Yes.
And spread the word about
the next
our channels and stuff.
At 8 p.m. Central, Apex After Dark returns with Rob Ewing promoting Scrappy and Sauce. So, guys, stay tuned to my channel at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Looking forward to that.
So, yeah, well, I'm on.
Thanks a lot for having me on, guys.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Take care. Oh, wait. Yeah. End of stream.
Wait.